Hello, welcome to Thursday Morning with LindaZ. We are here in front of the Bernina Q24 frame, the long arm frame. This is what we call the small frame, if you believe it or not. This big frame here is 9 feet wide and quite the footprint deep, 24-inch throat space on the machine. We are going to have Betsy Carlson, one of the best Bernina educators, out to our store here in July 18th or July 19th. And you can choose either that Friday or that Saturday to come out and have a day, spend a day with Betsy. We're going to be exploring the quilting, world of quilting with a long arm. So this is what a long arm frame looks like. This particular one is about to leave us. So we're shedding a tear. It's going to actually a tear of joy for the people who just bought it. It's going to go to someone's house next week. And so we just wanted to show you what it looks like. So if you get the Q-matic, which is the Look Mom No Hands Robotics, you also get a wonderful screen to be able to play with. A lot of the interaction on the robotics, the Q-matic, are working between the screen that's on the machine and the actual screen of this computer. So they work hand in hand. You don't always have to go over to the screen. A lot of the workings of the robotics are done right here as you are stitching out. So that's really nice that you're able to not have to go all the way over to wherever the screen is, because a lot of the other long arms, they do have their screens built into their machine. But what we like is to keep it as lightweight as we can, the head of the machine, so that when we are stitching free motion, we don't have that weight of a screen on top of it. So yeah, please think about coming out to LindaZ on July 18th or July 19th with Betsy. We're going to show you, after this, we're going to show you the sit-down version of the same machine, the Q series machine. And we will be spending half of the day on those sit-downs and half of the day on the frame. So if you're interested in one or the other, we can get you situated into the right to do some ruler work and some quilting techniques with Betsy. And so we are fortunate enough here at LindaZ to have also a very brand new, they call it the quilting frame. And that means that if you don't have a large space to work with, but you still want to be able to lay your quilt out onto a large frame, there is one right over there, and we'll show you that just after this, while we're headed up to the sit-down Q series machines on the tables. It's a 5-foot footprint, and it's really a nice in-between frame for you to work on. So we can show you that as well. And Betsy will be showing that during the 2-day event when she's here as well in July. So this is the Bernina hoop frame. You can see the footprint is a little bit smaller than what we had before. The only machine that we put on this one is the Q16. And so you can see that it's 5 feet. The width is 5 feet, and you've got these clamps to be able to clamp your quilt down, and then it's free motion only. We're not able to put robotics on this one, but think about it. All of the quilt here is being held very nice and stably on this this hoop frame, and so you can just go ahead and do your area that you need to quilt, and then you would unclamp and then advance the quilts forward, and you would probably do markings so that you knew exactly where you were advancing to on this. So the price point is so basically this is your solution for if you have constraints of space, and then it's also a budget, a way to get into a frame without spending a lot of money. So we'll be talking about that when Betsy's in town, but you can come in at any time and we can show you how this works. An even smaller option is the sit-down version, where we have either the 16 or the 20-inch throat machine on that option. So why don't we head over there and look at those real quick. So here we are in front of our plethora of Q series in the tables. And so we have a few of each kind of table. Bernina now has a variety of tables that you can purchase with your Q series sit-down long arm machine. And the beginner price point is with a Q16, so 16 inches from the needle to the throat on a foldable table, which is the one that's right here in front. And then we move up to tables that can either lift, right? So you have hydraulic lifts, so you can actually use different muscles in your back as you're quilting. You can either sit down at a sit down level, or you can actually come up and stand and do some quilting in a standing position, because these tables do rise all the way up to sometimes 40 inches. So that's a very, very comfortable height for a taller person. So there's also a table here somewhere that does not rise, and that it's just stationary at the base level. So it's only for the sit down position. And then, so a couple of them have these cubby holes. I can see, like this one has cubby holes here where you can store some of your accessories inside the cubby holes, right? So they've got different containers that help you store your goodies for your quilting needs. Why don't I put that back in there too? That's great. And so these are ready to go home. We've got special pricing, and guess what? These were here before the prices went up. So we can then give you guys the price from before any of those price increases, as long as they're here still, and you can take advantage of that for you. So I know that we are going to be putting on our calendar also some of the try before you buy, because a lot of you are interested in sitting in front of these machines and trying out them to try out some quilting techniques. And do I like quilting? Is it something that I'd like to get into down the road? And so that's what we're going to be putting on the calendar starting in the fall of this year. And so, and please also think about our fall festival that's in October too. So that's going to be quite fun. Other than the diverse options that we have from the Bernina sit-down long arm frames, we also have a Juki long arm frame right now. I know that people are looking at that for sure. We have a Babylock frame that's in our building, and we also have a pre-loved Handy Quilter 10-foot frame, and it's beautiful. I mean, I could see that in somebody's home very, very quickly, because the casters on the Handy Quilter frame alone are beautiful. You can put casters on any of our frames, so that's something that you can do for sure. But that pre-loved that we have, that Handy Quilter pre-loved with the Sweet 16 head on it, is a beautiful frame. So come look, coast right into your quilting needs and your quilting adventures with us here at LindaZ. So I hope you think about that and have a wonderful day, and we'll see you next time.
The shop I went to had a setup that I could practice the long arming, which was great. And she did have the studio frame on special, so it was a good price. And I definitely wanted a digital machine, so it's been a good fit for me.
I have the Bernina Q16 long arm. I was about to retire, and I just started quilting in 2022. And I'd finished these quilt tops, and I'd have to take them to a quilt store to have them quilted, and it was running me $150, $200 each time. And as I was thinking about retirement, I thought, well, wouldn't it be nice to be able to do it from beginning to end?
I love that it's an individual hobby, and that I can just sit, and I love to do the needlework. I love to do the actual quilting using the rulers and the free motion, and just make up my own little doodads all over my quilt, and hopefully they turn out good, and everyone says they do, so it just makes me happy. It's changed my it's actually changed my life, because it gives me something that I feel like I do well, and it just made me who I am, and I have my little happy space. So